Okay, just breathe for me, darling. Just breathe. It's a boy. It's a boy.
Oh, darling. Welcome, welcome.
It was only the other day that I was sitting and doing coursework, maths coursework to give him for A-levels. But now it's like when I'm sitting in my class, I can feel something moving. So it's changed the way I think. It's made me into an even mature adult.
17-year-old Cavani is pregnant and in care. She's had to fight against the odds ever since she came to this country from Zaire when she was 6 years old.
I've been in care since I was about 10. I've gone through children's home and different foster carers from different backgrounds. It wasn't the nicest things and it wasn't the easiest thing, but I managed to pull through, so. I've been in a relationship with my partner for some time. He was my first and still is. We became, sexually active, and I have taken the pill before. We have used condoms before, and I have something called irregular periods where I could go a whole year and have my periods like once or twice. So I didn't think anything of it until I ended up finding out that I was pregnant, which was a big shock. I did about 100 pregnancy tests. I thought they were all lying. Did 100 pregnancy tests and it told me negative, positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, then negative, negative. So I said, okay, I'm not pregnant. So I left it. And then my mind kept playing on it, and so I went and did one, and it's like every time I went down to the pharmacy, the guy would be like, pregnancy tests are over there. It was a big surprise, I think, to everybody, because no one expected it from me. So it was a big, big surprise. It's like an angel taking off their clothes, and underneath is a devil. My sickness was really bad. I just said, leave me on my bed, and I was vomiting every morning. Every time I put food in my mouth, as soon as I take the last spoon and swallow it, everything comes back out, and I just used to get mad. It's even scarier for guys, especially young guys as well. I mean, guys act like, they're big, strong Terminators, but really they're as scared as the girl is. And it's very hard to say that what you can do to get them involved in it, because they have to overcome that fear themselves.
And another kidney.
Little things like, for example, me taking him to the scan and him seeing the baby, then I think from there it kind of hit him that, wow, she is really pregnant.
Yeah.
I've got about 16 days left and it feels like I've got 2 years left. Like, I don't know if you ever used to watch that show, The Blind Date, where it's like the only thing keeping you apart is that little door before they open it and you actually see who your blind date is. And I feel like that's between me and Tyler, is like just my skin that's keeping us apart, and I'm just waiting to see him. So to me it's like a little blind date. So it's very exciting. So.
Falling pregnant in your teens can have a powerful impact not only on you but on your whole family.
I used to dance. I used to love my dancing, and I went to a dancing school and I really enjoyed it. I won a couple of medals and trophies, and it's just the feeling you get when you're in front of everyone. I just used to really enjoy it. It's just, it's learning new steps and new things and dancing with different people, and I just used to have a real passion just for dancing.
She's never been one for going out to nightclubs, and because she was always doing her dancing and just going off on holidays with them, so that kept her out of mischief. But you do just want your children to be safe and careful, and when she came home and said she was pregnant, I was shocked, because, she was on the pill, what we thought she was taking, and it wasn't, what anyone wants when they're so young for their children.
I was very scared because I didn't think anyone would understand my family and that. But when I told them, and I saw their response, and that's when I decided to keep the baby. And I wouldn't regret it, even though he's not here yet.
What made you frightened then?
Just about where I'm going to live and money and how I'm going to cope with another person, and being responsible for someone else's life. Yeah, I've had a really tough time getting my flat and stuff. So I don't see how people can get pregnant just for a house, or it's a bit ridiculous really, because they put you through so much. It's such a struggle to actually get one that's suitable as well. You go to some places and they're awful, and they'll put you in hostels and things like that, and it's not easy at all.
You can just keep stirring this for me, actually. You might want to get I'll hold it because it burns your hands there. I was very young, same age as Adele, actually. I'm not very happy that Adele followed the same route because it is hard work. I had the full support of my family, and Adele has got the full support of her family. It was difficult, though, having a young pregnancy and having to give up work, and then sort of financially it was difficult. Yeah, so when you hopefully get your flat...
Oh my God.
Oh, she's... oh my God, she's not a good cook, is she?
I'm sorry.
Oh dear.
I thought it was getting a bit hot.
Dear. I better put some water on that because it's smoking badly. It's difficult for everyone bringing a family up. Even if you're in a stable relationship, it's hard having a baby. Try not to set the house on fire.
I can't go out as much anymore, and it's quite hard because all my friends are sort of 18, going out clubbing and doing this and doing that, and I can't really do anything because I'm big, and obviously it's not healthy for a pregnant girl.
I mean, she's always been around babies because obviously having 3 younger brothers, but it's taken an insight as to everything that goes with the baby, you know, because a lot of teenagers think having a baby is just having a baby, but it's not. It's everything else that goes with it.
Hello? I think he's sleeping now.
Oh, that's his feet. Down here.
Adele, does it hurt?
Sometimes.
And remember when we saw his foot just come out of your skin, we could see the shape of it. It's disgusting.
I'm scared. It's gonna hurt, but at the end of it, I'm gonna have a beautiful baby, so I'm gonna have to go through the pain.
I'm terrified, just for the pain that I know she's going to be going through, and there's nothing I can do to help her. So that is the only reason, and it'll bring it all back.
I called in earlier. I was having some pains at the front.
174.
When I spoke to the nurse earlier on, they told me that I should just keep an eye on it and have a warm bath. And if it gets any worse, then I should just come in. So it keeps coming and going. And then I've timed it, and it's more frequent now as well.
All right, okay.
So I just come in and make sure and get it checked out.
All right, then let's just see. I'll just see what room's available and make you comfortable, all right?
When she tested me, I was like, right then, can I go home now? So she was like, no, you can't. You're about 4 to 5 centimetres dilated. I was like, what? So it was like, my whole body was in shock. Like, my mind was in shock. Like, I was thinking, no, that can't be. No, it's not true. I started feeling the pain. And the lady goes to me that she wants to do another internal, so I should go to the toilet and ease myself. So just as I was about to go to the toilet to wee, my water broke just as I was getting off the bed. And then she was like, perfect. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then half an hour later, I started pushing by myself. The worst pain was when the head was coming out. That's when I panicked. And the head was like about halfway out. And then the nurse caught the head. Then I started screaming down. I was like, let go of his head. I wanted the head to go right back up where it was. I was like, I'm not ready to give birth yet. So she was like, no, you have to push. I was like, no, let go of his head. And then she was like, look, the head's halfway out, just push it out. And then lucky enough, the contractions came again, and then I had the urge to push again. And then I pushed, and because he was small, he just came flying out, so I had to catch him. When the nurse told me that, oh, your baby's out, I just started crying. I started crying, and then I stopped. And then I think the gas and air hit me again. I always wanted kids, but I never thought that I would be a teenager mother. The best thing for a lot of young people is to go and sit down and speak to somebody and get the best advice that they can, which is the best protection to use. If your partner cares that much about you, he will be willing to participate and go and get the help so that you both don't get in a situation where you have to make a big decision that's going to change your life.
I was a week overdue and I was induced 8 days later. He was £9.14, so he was really big. And I think that's why, because they were going to give me a caesarean, but they didn't in the end. They just got him out with the forceps. It was hard. It was very hard and it was long. I was in labour for 17.5 hours.
I did try to sort of warn her about the pain and tell her that it's not going to be a bed of roses because she can't even face a needle.
The toughest time was when I was pushing and he just wouldn't come out because I was just exhausted. My mum started giving me lots of advice, but I think when I was actually in labour, she got a bit worried. She had to go off and have a bit of time by herself just to calm down if she was feeling a bit overwhelmed and stuff. And it's not nice to see your own child going through so much pain as well.
We're going to bed now.
At first, he got up about 3-4 times in the night, but now he's starting to get back into a routine again where he only gets up about twice. It's very hard. It's like when you're feeding them, you just want to fall back to sleep. But even when they are sleeping, you don't get a lot of sleep anyway because you're worried about all the noises they're making, and it's just like a mother's instinct just to check them all the time. It's just, he's with me all the time. It's just weird to have someone with you all the time.
So leave me alone, I'm free.
Me and my mum are a lot closer. I've realised how much I need her and how much she had to do for me as well because she had me when she was 18. So I can understand how hard it was for her as well, so I'm really grateful. And he was sticking his finger in his mouth this morning, like this.
I just hope she's happy, healthy, and her baby brings her a lot of love like she's brought to all of us.
All I can tell is young people out there who are not pregnant is enjoy your life to the fullest. You only get to be the age you are once. You live life once. And for all those young people that are pregnant, don't let people tell you that it's the end of the world because it is not. It's just the beginning. Because you're not going to be the first teenager who's done it, and nor are you going to be the last. I wouldn't say that, all young people go out there and get yourself pregnant because it's not the easiest thing to go through, especially if you don't have family supporting you. And remember that it's not a teddy or a little dolly that you're holding. It's actually real, it's human, it's a part of you, and it's going to be depending on you. So don't give it second best, because in this life, if you can't give your child the best, then no one else will. I'll be right there to show you the love that you've been missing. Every day is a new